And this was that shot opportunity. And sometimes guys just have to be patient.
Man, across the board, DJ Moore, he's the best player on their offense. He is their dynamic.
Holland, the second-year safety.
And who's played really well for them. And what a nice move by Hunter Henry. Sells it to the outside, comes back to the middle.
That's why it's underthrown. A little double move. He's clearly past Jamel Dean, and what a reaction.
Double him still, then that means someone else has to step up. Thielen tries, but Douglas is actually starting to...
And everyone's expecting them. They're a run identity team, right? That's what they want to do. So what do you do on the first play of the game? You go hard play action.
And you knew they were going to end up picking on Brandon Stephens on the outside. Look how quick he comes out of that break, and it's just so much
outside leverage, first of all, so you know you've got the opportunity to get back toward the sideline if you run that route that way. And there he is, under
ability for Sullivan to come back to the ball. This thing needs to be thrown 5-6 yards deep into the end zone.
Kittle does his job, shakes the first defender like a pair of dice. Ooh, sniper. And then there he goes on the backside.
Where this ball was going. Brandon Stephens was going to be under attack by their best. Go up to make the play, but
Jalen Ramsey, don't get shook. Goes back inside. I mean, you see him be a physical receiver and go up. Mayfield never looked anywhere else. Now, Davis knows he's got safety help, so he can be aggressive right there on the line. A really good job.
When you can have that make-up speed, even when that wide receiver Wilson runs away from his leverage right there, you see.
And you see Hobbs is playing this outside leverage here, waiting for Ayuk to run a fade because he left so much space out there. Shows the outside release, gets a quick little push. He's betting it all on Black 17.
Pretty good guy to bet it on. Oh, does he keep it? 45-yard gain.
Oh, man.
They're going to look at it.
Mike Pereira. Tell me something good.
You set up the Pereira bat signal.
Uh-oh.
Adams diving in. Mike Pereira.
Don't bite on the out route. Don't bite on it. You know, that's not going to hurt you. What's going to hurt you is the second part of it, and then just gets tangled up. I love the fact that they let him play on the outside because it's really the momentum of the defender that takes him out of the...
Just sat up in their chair on that one. When you needed it most, you just throw it to a few people that have played in the history of this game.
Wait.
Secures the ball,
catch.
left foot in, watch the toe, right there.
Oh my, I feel bad for even doubting him. I sincerely apologize. Well, watch this little slant route from the outside. Ayuk, there's one defender, and he beat the whole player.
How good is Chuck Clark? The guy that was so mad. They end up drafting Kyle Hamilton. Marcus Williams comes over as a free agent. He's basically saying,
look at this. Look how high he goes up, elevates, and then just snags that ball like it's nothing. And then the ability to get the feet in bounds as well.
For 17 yards.
We saw it with Desmond King and the hold on Marvin Jones. Now we're seeing it with Steven Nelson.
The cornerback out of Washington.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, look, he's only 23 years old, Jerry Jeudy. He's in his third season.
Talk about this offense. Short pass, long run, Ingram, two guys coming up, dodge one, split two, run over the third.
Look, it's showing that he's going to pressure and then drop, and he just has to deal with one-on-one with Avery. That little stutter career. Very opportunistic, great ball skills. Typically, he could play in the middle of the field. Here he matches up with Dalton Schultz and just has his eyes perfectly to anticipate.
Rutgers having a great year.
He really is. You know, here he is. This shows you how much trust they have in him. He's out on an island here against a veteran receiver. It looked like Gallup a little indecisive.
He's not ready.
He could still do it, man. He is in good shape, comes in ready to go.
Brady knew right away he was going to Mike Evans here. Checks into the play, straight man. For whatever reason, C.J. Henderson just kind of stops. I don't know what he's doing. He's up in press.
He has the ability to take the top off of coverages with that great speed. It's not a double move. It's an interesting release, and James Bradbury bites. This is empty right now. They've got to throw it and just read it. Oh, is he really throwing it this way? Because I am going to take this.
4 straight weeks they've scored, but it's Kyle Duggar. This is what they call the Tampa 2 defense. 2 deep coverage, and instead of using a traditional linebacker, they brought Kyle Duggar, the safety, to go into the middle and do what they call running the pipe.
Tom Brady's been doing this for 25 years. It's just a short play action. They call that a short. Only 3 rushers. Tom Brady's got a ton of time. That's his
move. The quick little out and up. Thought it was going to be that speed out 9 to 11.
Through this stretch is him not making the bad decision. Just take the underneath receiver. He's got somebody in the flat.
Well, watch Devontae Adams. He runs his initial route. He breaks in, breaks out. Then he just hits the scramble rules button, throws up his hand. You see him throw up his hand right there, Kev? That's like the old Randy Moss rule.
Yeah, really nice job here. That's hard inside leverage by Jeremy.
Field goal, and this is the end of the field where these kickers have had so much trouble that you and I have seen for the last 2 weeks. See Henry working inside. Does a nice job.
Just open slot to the middle of the field, catches the ball, secures, gets separation, gets away. There in the secondary, just a little out route, little slot route. Those are combination routes when you have a 2x2. James getting
the coverage here on Fant. And Fant's not too happy. They say he got a little handsy, but I thought that was pretty good because Gardner gets his head back.
It before Mike Evans gets out. Watch, when Evans gets his head around, the ball's kind of right on him.
And watch Ayuk slant route again. All these inside breaking routes. He really turns on the gas. Look at him, slow off the ball and then explodes out.
They were a man short. I wasn't sure they were fully aware.
I thought I saw Shelley a couple times look over to the sideline.
The execution of the technique, so developed for a young player. Watch that left hand come inside there, knock that thing away, but he times it perfectly.
3 49ers in the area. There he goes with the lob, and that thing's...
Obviously, that hasn't been the case today. The opportunities just haven't been there, but that throw is behind once again, which tends to be his miss.
Oh, he's got him by a few inches height-wise, and the length. That's like the tail of the tape in boxing. Really minus a yard from the inside edge of the numbers. Splits the defenders and knows he's got his eyes off Jennings in the slot. Just an excellent...
The injuries at that position.
You know, lined up on Sauce Gardner right there and threatens him deep. Boy, this one was really dangerous because Jonathan Abram hanging out in the middle of the field here.
The Packers, they give up tight ends, throughout the whole year. Tight ends have had, kind of their way with it.
I mean, Bosa gets in there fast, but watch this little stop route. Come right back down your stem, try and give him the fly.
Nobody on the Ravens defense can cover him, and neither could Arthur Millette. That is some move by a tight end. It's almost
39 through the air.
Watch Vance Jefferson on a deep over route come all the way across. I thought Baker should have ran it. It was wide open, but he makes the throw, and it...
The Vikings are so bad, quarters 1 through 3. They get like a good drive to start a game, and then they're just really poor.
It's what everybody's been waiting for with this offense. Stretching the ball down the field, taking advantage. Come up here and then come out, and he's got to reach behind him. Herbert puts some heat on this ball, just reaches back one-handed, no problem.
I don't even know what defense is in. I'm just going to throw it, get the half over with. Look at the hands. Looks like a wide receiver catching that one.
1 foot. No, sir.
Harbaugh was going to drop the flag, but was stopped by the official because replay assist is going to jump in.